seems to be out there with Rani Kapoor. The mother of the late industrialist Sunjay Kapoor has now made her first on-cam appearance since her son's sudden death in June. Now, Rani Kapoor, who has made once again raising serious concerns about the circumstances surrounding her son's death, and she's called the death as sudden and suspicious, stating that she still has not received any answers. Describing herself as an elderly and emotionally exhausted woman, she says that she now seeks closure, and she's also highlighted the years of work that went into building the family company, describing it as something that was created with love. Her concern now is that the family legacy could be at risk.
I still don't know what happened to my son. I'm old now and need closure before I go. I may be old and frail now, but my memory of being with my husband when Sona was set up is strong. I remember the early days of Sona, built with care, sacrifice, and love. I am here to remind the world that our family legacy must not be lost. It must be passed on as my husband always wanted to be. Given my health and my age, I will not be making any further comments. My legal team will address everything necessary.
Well, Arunil is with us right now. Arunil, good morning. How do we understand as far as the statement of Rani Kapoor is concerned? Because the company there previously stating that she does not hold any direct or indirect involvement in the company, but yet her words suggest a quite determined challenge to her narrative that she seems to be putting across, seeking closure.
Well, we need to understand that the late Sunjay Kapoor's estate is worth more than rupees 30,000 crore. Now, with respect to his sudden death that happened in the United Kingdom, his mother, Rani Kapoor, has come out on record for the first time. She had written a letter also recently. Now she has spoken on record, on video, basically saying that raising grave suspicions on the circumstances which led to the death of her son. Also saying that she didn't get satisfactory answers when she inquired or asked about how her son exactly died. Moreover, she has also mentioned about the fact in the letter particularly she had said that Sona Comstar was started by her husband and he had done a lot of hard work to start that company. It grew later on, but after the demise of her son, she's saying that she's been forced to sign certain documents under closed door. She's weak now, she's old, and under these circumstances she fears that some unwanted forces may try to usurp the family legacy and family property as well. So after the sudden demise of Sunjay Kapoor, it seems like a legal battle is ensuing now, with the mother Rani Kapoor saying that after her son has died, there are some unwanted forces or some people who are trying to usurp her family's legacy as well as her family's wealth.
And she's been saying on camera, as far as her first appearance is concerned, that she wants to remind the world that the family's legacy must not be lost and it must be passed on, as she believes that her husband only wanted that. But what are the allegations there? Let's take a close look as to what has now been said, especially by Rani Kapoor there, because she seems to be suggesting that she's been left to the mercy of a select few for survival. And also when it comes to the letter that she is now sent across, also mentioning that some are trying to usurp when it comes to the family legacy. Also pointing out in that letter saying that there seems to be a bid to appoint certain directors in the company. But however, she goes on to say that nothing was told or explained or discussed with her, and certain people calling themselves as the largest shareholders. And she's not claiming who exactly are those certain people, but she says that there is another claim that there is represent interest of family when it comes to the documents that seems to be executed by me are under coercion. And she says that I have not been nominated any person to come on board, and also haven't given any person to represent me in any role. No one has the right to represent Sona Group's interests, saying that I am the only authority to represent the interests of the family. And however, there seems to be gross illegalities that seems to have surfaced in the company. So these are the excerpts that have now been shared of Rani Kapoor's letter to the company's board. However, this is something that the company has now denied, calling them as illegally untenable. But however, when it comes to the company itself, has been saying that Rani Kapoor has held no direct or indirect involvement in the company since 2019. But however, making her first on-cam appearance, she seems to be suggesting that she is old and frail, and something that has now been done under coercion, as she seems to be highlighting that, otherwise saying that now she is seeking closure, but is also determined to challenge to that narrative and a call to preserve the family's vision and legacy. Let's listen in.
I still don't know what happened to my son. I'm old now and need closure before I go. I may be old and frail now, but my memory of being with my husband when Sona was set up is strong. I remember the early days of Sona, built with care, sacrifice and love. I am here to remind the world that our family legacy must not be lost. It must be passed on as my husband always wanted to be. Given my health and my age, I will not be making any further comments.